Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. This is a timeless reading for the collective. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Information to book a personal reading can be found below in the description box. We have here the Six of Swords. So this is moving on to peaceful, calmer waters. Wow. Moving forward towards the Ten of Cups. The King of Cups, the Four of Wands. Okay, so, wow, my goodness. Do you guys see this? Four of Wands, Justice, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, Four of Swords. Somebody is going after their heart. I'm getting this energy, specifically a feminine here. You are welcoming a trustworthy partner. You're welcoming someone who's trustworthy, devoted, someone who's honorable, that you can really do life with. The Four of Wands and the Justice definitely, to me, looks 100% like marriage for some of you. Okay. I will say for some of you also, though, that there is a cycle here where you have worked very hard with someone and learned a lot of lessons. And for some of you, the lessons that you've learned in previous relationships, it has prepared you for this new partnership, this new journey, because the Ace of Wands is here and the Ace of Cups with the Six of Wands and the Four of Swords. This is, see, like the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. It's like you and someone, you've done a lot of work. And there's a need now to rest, to drop some type of burden, to release something in order to accept your justice, which is some type of union. It's either it's within a relationship that you're in, or someone that you're separated from. You're finally releasing something that was burdensome so that you can move forward. Or this is for some of you, you're just completely clearing out all of the karmic debts that you've had, you know, with all of your partnerships across all timelines. And you now are about to experience unconditional love. And it reminds me of a reading that I did several years ago where I talked about the three love theory. The three loves theory. You know, people say that everyone has at least three distinct lovers in each lifetime. You have your first love, you have the really intense, or some might say karmic love, and then you have unconditional love. For some of you, you've experienced many karmic relationships. You could have even experienced, for some of you may say, a twin flame, either a twin flame or a soulmate. And now you're about to go into a union with your actual twin flame or soulmate. But it's definitely like a divine counterpart energy that's manifesting, because all of your karmic contracts are now over. Yeah, Justice here with the Sun. Wow. So it's a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of success. And the energy that I've been feeling today in the readings, I just came back from a break, but it's a calmness and a peace that is almost a little scary. And I've noticed this shift happening in the readings for some time now. But I can sense that for a certain collective of people here, you have a clean slate. There's no drama. There's nothing. It's a lot of just calm, peaceful energy. And something is manifesting that will allow you to celebrate, to be celebrated, to have a union. Yeah, the Strength card is here. It's that energy of like you earned your stripes. And look, there's a Two of Cups with the Devil in the reverse. You're no longer bound. There's something that no longer has you bound. There's no longer a stronghold here. There's a soul tie, something that had you stuck or bound, a wound. It has been removed. There's a fear around a partnership, and then you could be connected with someone who, you know, I don't know if you and another person had commitment issues or whatever it is, but I feel like there's two timelines. Like you're closing out a timeline where you've had to release, heal, forgive, and you're going into a new timeline, and everything is just, it's fresh, it's new, it's not heavy. And this new timeline, of course, like I said, it could be someone that you know, okay, or it could be someone brand new, but it's not a heavy energy. The Page of Pentacles is here in the reverse. Not the definition of the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, but looking at the Six of Swords here with the Ace of Wands, because all of these books are here, I feel like you're done learning. You've gone as far as you can go in something. You've learned as much as you can. You've graduated. You know, right now is the season, you know, of graduation as well. But this spiritual graduation has been coming up a lot. The Ace of Wands is here with the Ace of Cups. You've learned everything that you can about life, love, yourself. Not everything, but you've learned a lot in whatever your karmic contracts were. So now there is this person or this offer, this opportunity that's coming in, and it leads you to just a very calm, peaceful type of life because there's no more learning. So in other words, some of you now, you've truly been prepared, and you're about to meet a person who is also equally prepared to build something. You're not going into situations anymore where, you know, it is only potential and it's like this long drawn out, like a project. You're going into something now that it has great potential, but it's practical, it's grounded. You get what you want. And it's not something where the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, you have to learn a lot. You've already learned a lot. You've already earned your stripes. Yeah, releases here. That's death energy. You've gone through a major transformation, and maybe because you decided to release something or someone, it's going to completely transform your life. It's a major stronghold or soul tie. Something out here, some kind of mindset that has had you bound. You've been holding on to some type of false hope or potential. And now without that being there, you're going to have, look, release. Yeah. There's an ending here that brings a new beginning. And I said that a few weeks ago in the reading where I said, some of you, you're experiencing it. And it truly is. It's a new beginning. And here's the Ten of Swords. There's something here that is coming to a complete end, finally. It's a person, place, thing, a situation that has been holding you back. Then now it may be sad to release this, but it's going to, for some of you, it's like you're breaking some type of codependency or an addiction to something or someone. Yeah, with the Hierophant here, the wise counselor. This is going to allow you now to unite with the right people or the right person. This card says, compare traditional methods with new ideas. I feel like for some of you, some of you are choosing to leave something that's very traditional to go towards something that's very unconventional. Some of you are choosing to step out of something that has been extremely unconventional to go towards something that is more traditional. Everybody is at, you know, different places and stages in their journey. But for some of you, you've been down this long road of doing something that was karmic. Either, you know, you were living your life according to what everybody else thought you should do, and now you wanted to break free and live this just extremely unconventional type of life. For some of you, for a long time, you know, you were living this very unconventional, maybe rebellious type of life, and now you're wanting to kind of, you know, settle down and do something that is a bit more traditional and conventional. It just depends on how your journey started and where you are now. but your life is about to do like a complete 180. Your whole lifestyle is about to really, really change. And something is going to be totally opposite. And lately, as the readers have been coming out about like these new timelines, going into these new timelines, you have a new purpose. There's new rules, there's new people, there's a new soul family. Everything in these new timelines for you is different. So as I've talked for years about these timelines that have been collapsing, everything that was tethered to you in the old timeline is going to fall to the wayside. Like it's going to be removed. Certain friends, certain families, certain things that were connected to an old timeline, which that old timeline has certain beliefs, certain behaviors, certain mindsets, or whatever. Everything attached to that timeline now is going to collapse. So naturally now you're going to start, it's going to be new friends. It may be a new job. You may relocate. Of course, it's going to be a new partnership. The star is here. This is healing. This is going towards something in the future that allows your dreams to come true after being in a cycle for so long of like being trained for some kind of manifestation. The Seven of Wands is here. This is about you standing up for yourself to get justice in order to have true wish fulfillment with the Sun here. Six of Pentacles, yeah. You finally get that equal give and take, that reciprocal relationship. But it comes Three of Swords after a lot of heartbreak and pain. The Six of Cups here, whoa. Three of Swords here, the Six of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Lovers. So something from the past, something from your childhood, something from a past life even, it has had you bound for a long time. But the Five of Cups is here. Something that you focused on for a long time. The fact that something didn't turn out the way that you wanted. And this maybe was with a relationship or something like that. Now it's like that's being released. That's being released. King of Swords here, you have clarity. It's like understanding now that something perhaps it wasn't meant to be any different from what it is. Even if you look at it as a failure, it's like seeing the silver lining in something, the Eight of Wands here and the Ace of Swords. And by doing that now, you're going to quickly move towards like a breakthrough, a new beginning. For some of you, this could be a partnership. And you're like, you know, again, going back to the three loves theory that I mentioned before. Of course, it's like you're finally realizing that nothing ever worked out because it perhaps wasn't meant to. And now you're going towards something that's meant to work out, but it's foreign. It feels odd. It's a very, like this energy, it feels awkward because you're releasing, you're detaching from everything that is familiar. Some of you, you're about to relocate, you're changing your job, you're about to, maybe you've been married for, you know, 10, 20, 30 years and you're about to be single for the first time. It's like really big life transitions that's happening. You know, maybe you've always lived around your family and now you're about to, you know, live in a brand new place. Or maybe some of you are thinking about, you know, leaving to live abroad or something. It's like a major thing, or you're changing your career. You're about to go to school. Some people, you're used to being in school and now, you know, school is over. Like your real life is beginning now. This isn't, again, your karmic contracts are over. So you're actually stepping into your highest timeline. So for some of you, what's happening is a lot of your past life, especially the really old souls here, you have come into this soul remembrance because your lifetime has been you clearing out so many past lives. You're actually now about to step into, believe it or not, you're at your highest timeline right now, and it's your actual human experience. You're about to step into a timeline now that's very unfamiliar because it's not necessarily like a past life timeline. You could be connected with people from a past life, but it's different now because you know who you are. You know what you're supposed to do. So it's not just a lot of lessons. It's you applying all of the lessons. But something here, you're going to feel like it was truly worth the wait eventually. I don't feel like that's the feeling. You don't feel that way right now. Whoever resonates right now, you're in a very awkward place emotionally. And that makes sense, us going into Cancer season with Mercury retrograde. Things related to hidden emotions, home life, the mother, the moon, and deep emotions are going to be coming to the surface. So it's going to be coming out in the reading, but also with the moon, there's going to be truth revealed and things being illuminated, where it's like you're going to finally have to recognize that something that was painful, disappointing, hurtful, or whatever, it was leading you to your purpose. And now you're going to have to do the hard part, which is honoring whatever you went through that was painful so that you can step into your purpose. But it's now detaching from the pain and not holding on to it as you step into your purpose. Like acknowledging it, of course. It'll always be there, but it can't be the focal point of your life anymore. Your purpose needs your attention more than the pain that led you to your purpose. The new job, the new partnership, the new hobby, whatever, it needs your attention. No more of your attention can go to something from the past that served its purpose and its time that is no longer permitted in your life. Something, it's like you've ascended so hard that you've jumped the timeline. And as I said in a reading before, there are things before that you consciously thought that you wanted, but because your consciousness has shifted and elevated into a higher timeline, now those things are forbidden. What you are becoming a magnet for now is not the things that you were drawn to before. Everything is just changing. This is really spiritual. I like the reading, the words can't really do justice of what this feels like. It feels like being like in a twilight zone of like your past life and a new life. Some of you are definitely experiencing a lot of past life energies. Like you're clearing out things with, family members from a past life, enemies from a past life, lovers from a past life, and recognizing that there are some people in your soul group or family that you've known multiple lifetimes, but how they're going to show up moving forward in your life is going to be different. This is so deep. The Knight of Swords is here. Yeah, it's like making a swift decision to release some type of pain here and understanding the Page of Pentacles in the verse that you learned a lot in a situation. But it's also I'm being reminded of another. That's that retrograde energy. I can remember doing another reading in the past where I said almost doesn't count. It's like something in your life, it was so close, but it just didn't fully manifest, and perhaps you've been holding on to the possibility of it for so long, and now you have a new season, a new calling where you have to let go of the potential and go towards a new plan, something that is promising. Eight of Swords, yeah. And that's hard, because when you go towards something now that seems to have, everything has potential, but you're going towards something now that is completely unknown and you don't even know. And everybody kind of gets to that point where it's like, well, when you let go of something that you're familiar with to go towards something that you may not even be able to see, it's really hard, because the question is, well, if you let go of what's familiar to go in a new direction, what if that doesn't work out? Then it's the question of, will I be able to go back? And that's the ultimate test of real strength and faith, of you understanding that you're going to be fine whether things in the future don't work out, and also you're going to be fine if the door to the past, if it never reopens. That's a really, really scary place to be in for most people. It's embracing the unknown, which requires a lot of wisdom and discernment. Because it's learning. Nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed, so you can't really be attached to the outcome. A lot of people have been attached to something from the past because you kept telling yourself, well, it's going to be a certain way. It hasn't turned into what you want, and then it's, well, if you move forward, that seems promising, but for a lot of you, what you are manifesting, you haven't seen it manifest in the physical. So it's scary to let go of what you can see, what you can hold on to and believe, to go towards something that you haven't experienced just yet. Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Eight is here. There's a need to move on, though, to let yourself out of something. Whatever has you bound in the mind right now, you have to let it go. Yeah, Four of Cups here. Because it's going to continuously make you feel discontent and bored and distracted. And you don't need to be distracted. Right now, the Three of Pentacles, you need to go off and do what you love. Nine of Cups here. Because that's what's going to bring you wish fulfillment. The Renewal card here, Judgment. This is about looking over the past. The Three of Cups is here, the Two of Pentacles, and the Dreamer. It's like someone has been battling between taking a leap of faith or going towards a certain group or community, or even maybe like a reunion, reconciling with someone or something like that. And I feel like the choice is being made with the Ace of Pentacles to go in a new direction, to go towards something that is more practical, it's more stable, it's more balanced, it's something that you can depend on. A lot of people eventually are going to say, well, they're going to go towards something with their career and not focus on love. Or some people are going to say that they're going to stop focusing so much on their career and start focusing on love. Like I said, everybody's in different timelines, but something here has to be balanced. And for some of you, you're going into these new timelines and even partnerships where you're going to be blending your life with someone else. But the connection will work when both of you are very certain of what's the most important to you. And you're not bound to the strongholds of the what ifs and the potential of other situations. In other words, you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You have to fully commit. Either you're going to choose to stay where you are, or you're going to actually go ahead and take that leap of faith and move in a brand new direction, even though you don't know what's on the other side. The Emperor is here. Wow. With the Hangman, Awakening. Ooh, and the Empress and the Tower. And here's the Knight of Wands with the Ten of Wands. So it looks like somebody is going to make the decision. It's two people. That's the Emperor and the Empress with the Tower and the Hangman. It's two people who are awakening. Or who have awakened. There's this very like deep energy I feel that people in the collective might be dealing with. And it could be a bit of grief, disappointment. It's like melancholy. But the truth is, what I see in this reading, and you guys can let me know in the comments, like if you recognize this energy, you are experiencing, for some of you, there's an old timeline, a friend, a family member, a partnership, where you and someone both are going through an awakening. But you are also awakening to something new. See, sometimes you and a person from the past, especially you see this especially with romantic relationships, you both can awaken. And people who resonate, of course, with the twin flame journey, one of the hardest things for some people to accept is when you and a twin both actually awaken, but there is no need or desire anymore for a physical union because you learned everything spiritually already. Some of you are realizing that you have a soulmate, a twin flame, some energy in your life where the both of you, you've arrived now at a place of union. There's nothing more that you can teach one another. The relationship, it has run its course. the contract is over. And at the same time, there's a new contract being presented to you. That's going to make you feel perhaps a sense of grief. Or I'm not, maybe not so much grief, but guilt. Because now it's like Spirit is saying, you have to go towards this new beginning. You have to go towards this new person. You know, this is kind of like a person, for instance, who has been married to someone and has kids and a family, and you and the person choose to separate because you just have grown apart, and now you're about to marry someone else, but you still have love for that past person, maybe not romantically, but a part of you, of course, you feel like, wow, you know, you're about to start a new life, and this new life that you're about to start is going to affect every person around you, including the people from your past. And naturally, that can make a person feel a sense of grief and guilt. I don't know, this feels really heavy. It's like something that's it's really, it's over. But it's like at the same time, you still have to try your hardest to dig deeper and understand that something is over, but there's this brand new beginning that's here as well. I know it's hard to get excited about the brand new beginning when you're in the thick of the ending. Page of Swords is here. And the Queen of Swords. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Hangman. Transformation. Two of Swords. See, it's like all this is what I'm saying, all this transformative energy, and then you have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Somebody is still looking at a situation at a crossroads. So it's some people who still are not ready, and that's okay. Knight of Pentacles. Some people are still not quite ready to say goodbye, to walk away. It's still being either unable or unwilling to make a choice. But someone is looking to you to make a choice. Because it's like somebody is looking to you to make a choice because they need to know what course of action they need to take next. The Moon here, the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is a new person. I feel like there's a new person. King of Wands. They're really ready to come in, but they're waiting on you to make the choice. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. It's like someone is pretty much saying, are you going to let go of everything else so that I can come in and grow and build with you? But if you're still holding on to the ex or the job or whatever it is, there's, for some of you, you will know there's a person in your life, like they can't come in. Maybe you were dealing with someone, it's like they've been removed because you can't have them and someone else. You're being forced now to choose a path. And the path and the purpose that you choose, it has a specific partner. And whoever this person is, this partnership, they're like, well, when you choose the path, then that's what's gonna let them know that that energy can come in towards you. And I mean, of course, the roles could be reversed as well. You could be waiting on someone to give you like the green light. All this greenness here. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. But it's like somebody wants to be loyal and dedicated. They see you as, you know, perhaps stable, self-sufficient, abundant, maybe even single. They want to come in with a plan to make this go from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, which is family and legacy. But the Moon is here with the King of Wands. This is saying you have to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you that something is for you. I feel like some of you don't trust what's for you because you don't see it. Yeah, it's sort of, yeah, it's like whatever you want, it has already manifested in the spiritual realm, and it's going to now show up in the physical, but you have to accept it. I feel like this is so heavy because the Five of Swords is here. The Five of Swords is you don't want something to make you feel defeated, but this Five of Swords here is saying your intuition is screaming at you, telling you that something, I feel for many of you, that is familiar to you, it's an unwise choice. There's a better way to do something. There is something that'll make you happier than going in the direction that you want to go in. And that's why I said in the previous reading, it's like surrender and sacrifice. When you start doing things according to your higher self, it comes with a lot of sacrifices and surrender. Because in other words, the hard truth here is that what you want for yourself may not be what God wants for you. And that's a really hard pill to swallow. When you surrender to the will of God and what God wants for your life, and you start thinking about all the ways that your life will impact, influence, and affect other people, what you want is not what the universe wants for you. And your intuition is telling you the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords and the King of Wands here. And it's here with the Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. There's something here. You can't make a choice about it because you're not supposed to. You can sense that the moon here, right now, something looks like it's okay, but it's like on the other side, there's something that is not okay. And here's the World card in the reverse. It actually would not be an accomplishment. It wouldn't actually work in your favor. The Magician card is here, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups here, yeah, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. There's like someone, especially if this is a person, there's another side to this person. You will find out, and some of you, that's what you're worried about. Because you've already been in a situation where they were wearing a mask. And you're afraid now to go into a new connection with someone because you're like, they're going to be wearing a mask. You know, you have to take a risk. You have to learn to trust your own discernment. The Wheel is here. Yep, and there's a High Priestess. So it's a new beginning here. One where you have to trust yourself. The Three of Wands here. Trust is something is coming in that's long term. It's fair, it's balanced. You can trust that the Nine of Wands is here though. You have to protect what you've created. With the Queen of Wands here and the Chariot. I just feel like this is saying you've worked really, really hard for something, and you have to protect it from something that you may desire that's not actually in alignment. And the truth is, what this reading is also showing is the temptation that we all face. When that higher timeline is presented, you're always going to be tempted to go back. And something here, it is very, very, very tempting. It's something that you want really bad. And whatever it is, it wants you to. But it wouldn't allow you to ascend into that higher timeline. It's a huge life decision here that has to be made for somebody. Whether this is where you choose to work, live, who you choose to do life with, or all of the above. This is somebody learning how to turn away from temptation, to choose your higher self. The timeline that, you know, it's going to be challenging, but I think there's something that's coming in now, tempting you, pretty much saying, hey, come back. This is going to be so great. But your intuition is telling you with that moon, it looks really good, but it's something on the other side of it that's not good. And now you have to ask yourself, do you want to trust the unknown of something that is familiar, that you probably already experienced, or do you want to trust the unknown of something new? The truth is, you're going to be fine in either situation. But one situation here is going to lead to you backsliding and creating karma instead of you just receiving good karma and moving forward. But the choice is yours. The choice is yours. This was deep. I'm going to leave it here. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, if you resonate with this message and you're looking for more clarity, my information to book is below. But yeah, remember, always go within so that you never go without. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.